Welcome to another edition of Our City. This is Labor Day week, and all of the young folks are going back to school. I know my daughter is preparing to enter the 6th grade on Thursday. Looking forward to it. Finished up her book reports. I hope all of you young people are ready for back to school and have done some extra reading over the summer. A few things going around the city of Elizabeth this week. On September 6th, the grand opening of La Casa del Pan con Lechon, the ribbon cutting of this new restaurant at 336, 338 South Street at 11 o'clock on September 6th. Join us for a new restaurant in the city of Elizabeth. On Thursday, September 8th at 10:30, a September 11th memorial bike ride. This event, hosted by the New York City Fire Department, is centered around the 37 fire departments of New York firefighters and the chief officers. 37 of them will ride 343 miles, 1 mile each, for the 343 firefighters who lost their lives on 9/11. A portion of this event will be held in Elizabeth, on Front Street and Elizabeth Avenue, in a short ceremony, and all proceeds of this ride will be donated to wounded soldiers who were injured in Iraq and Afghanistan. On Sunday, September 11th, on the 10th anniversary September 11th ceremony will take place. It will begin at 8:46 in the morning. On Sunday, the remembrance ceremony for all of the victims, including the 6 Elizabeth residents who perished on that fateful day 10 years ago. This event will be held on September 11th Memorial, located at the Midtown Pedestrian Plaza. And immediately following, there will be something new this year, where we will march to the fire headquarters on Irvington Avenue, where we will unveil a new 9/11 monument. This memorial, located at 411 Irvington Avenue, contains steel from the World Trade Center. So if you need more information concerning these events or any other events in our city, please call our public information office at 820-4124. And I'm pleased to be joined by the acting chief of the Elizabeth Police Department, Deputy Chief Pat Shannon. Welcome to the show.
Mayor, it's a pleasure to be here.
Now, you've been with the fire department for a while. Tell us how long you've been there. The police department for a while. Tell us how long you've been there.
33 years, Mayor.
33. And you started and rose through the ranks.
Yes.
This month, later on, you'll be promoted chief.
Well, that's good to hear.
That's good to hear, right? And you're a North Elizabeth guy.
Yes, I am.
And a lot of people don't know this, but I delivered newspaper to your father.
I know.
Remember that?
I remember well.
Your father was a good tipper. That's why I enjoyed going up those back stairs on
right.
Madison Avenue. Right. The Elizabeth Police Department was recently awarded a $500,000 grant for the Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Technology. What do we use this funding for, and what are we going to use it to purchase?
Okay, Mayor, we're using this to bolster our technological capabilities. We're going to make 2 major purchases with this money. The first is license plate reader technology, which we're going to be putting on the new fleet of Ford Explorers that we just purchased, 8 new Ford Explorers. And license plate readers, they're a system of 4 cameras. They're placed onto the vehicle. 2 are facing forward, 1 faces off to the side, and 1 faces to the rear. And they capture any oncoming vehicles by taking pictures of them automatically. And if you're going down like a lane in a parking lot, the one on the side of the car will read all of those license plates. Or if somebody comes up behind you, he's also captured in the rear-looking camera. Now, these pictures are automatically wirelessly sent back to a database in headquarters, which is connected to the state police hot list. Now, hot list is a list of any stolen cars or felony vehicles that the state police loads up every day into the computer. And it also contains all the motor vehicle information for every vehicle in the state. So we would know if a vehicle is suspended, unregistered, stolen, wanted as a felony vehicle. That's instantly brought to the officer's attention in the car once this information is read. And then it's stored. Just because it sees the plate, it doesn't forget it. It takes that picture, and that's also stored in the database. So
can the policeman can react to that vehicle right away? If there's a warrant out for that vehicle or it's stolen, they can then just stop and do whatever has to be done?
Absolutely. They'll get an alert. There's 2 different ways you can run the system. You can run the system in a subdued mode, where you don't see or hear anything, and if there's an alarm, if there's an alert for a vehicle, if it's stolen or a felony vehicle, then an alarm will go off and the screen will light up. Or you can just or you can run it constantly, where you're seeing all the pictures being taken. That's the way we usually do it. Because we have some already. We have 3 license plate readers that we bought. We send it out to the mall all the time to take pictures of all the vehicles in the mall. Like I said, this is all sent back and stored on a database.
And these license plates, when they come back in, have we had any luck with stolen car? Have we found stolen cars, or have we found cars that may have been involved in a crime through this process?
Absolutely, Mayor. We've had many stolen cars recovered and arrests through to this program. We've recovered a number of carjacked vehicles. In addition to crime, we also get alerts. Amber alerts will come through on this, and silver alerts. Or we can locally put in any information we want regarding a particular car. Say we're looking for a particular license plate. We just input that into the system.
An amber alert is for a child. What is a silver alert?
The silver alert is for elderly folks that become disoriented and they kind of wander away. Sometimes they wander away in their vehicles.
And so they would be an alert out, and if we saw that vehicle, we could then pull it over and assist that person or do whatever has to be done.
Absolutely.
And an amber alert is that still for a child, or
That's
is that
for
also
missing children? No,
missing children?
Yes.
When the license plates are scanned and you said it's stored in a database, how long is it in a database, and can it be referred to in the future?
Well, right now we've had some guidelines established by the Attorney General's office that we're not to retain the plates for more than 5 years. Then we have to purge them.
But 5 years, you can do an awful lot with those plates,
Yes, you
right?
can.
Now, if that car is used to be commits a crime, say 6 months from now, you could then track it and say that used to be here. Maybe they had some business going on in this location.
Absolutely. We can pull up the plate and we can actually see if we've seen it more than once. You can get a pin map out of the system and track if you've seen the car more than once. If it's taken its picture more than once, you can pull it back up.
And that would be helpful for the locations that car has been at.
No, absolutely.
And is that a police tool?
Yes, it is. Quite often, if we have a serious crime happen, we'll send the car out right away and start recording all the plates in the neighborhood. And so we can possibly contact people as witnesses or possible suspects. We'll know all the cars that we're...
So if a homicide happens, one of the things we can do is send out this car and take license plates for all of the cars in the neighborhood. So if the person who committed that homicide drove to that location, we'd have the car on file.
There's a good possibility.
It's a chance.
Yes.
It's a crime fighting tool.
Absolutely.
How long does the process take from the time it takes the picture of the vehicle to the time it would register in the police car that there's a problem with that car?
2 to 3 seconds at the most.
That quick?
That quick.
And if it was a serious offense, the police officer will either investigate or call for help?
Oh, absolutely, yes. I mean, if he gets an alert that it's a felony vehicle or it's a stolen vehicle, he'll call that into headquarters right away, and we'll double check it against our own system. They run it through NCIC to make sure it is a stolen vehicle or a felony vehicle. Then the officer will call for backup if he's alone, or if he's not, if he has a partner.
This may sound like a crazy question, but what happens if license plates in different states? Does it get clued in with the state, or there could be the same plate here in Nevada?
Right, you're absolutely right. Some plates have the same characters in other states, and what it does is it reads those plates, and then you'll get a list of states where these plates might be. So if it's stolen, it might be stolen in Nevada, but it's the same plate number that's in New Jersey. So you would get this up and you would compare it to the actual plate that you have.
Now, will the license plate reader match the license plate with the description of the car?
Yeah.
Like it's a Ford or it's a Chevy, or no?
Yes, no, it will.
It will.
In New Jersey, any vehicles that are registered in New Jersey that we read, we get all the information just right from DMV.
Okay. So the benefits of having this technology is something new for us. I mean, is it more compatible and able to share this vital information with other departments?
Oh, absolutely. As we speak, we share our information with Union County Police Department, Union PD, and Linden PD. We all work on the same database, but there is the possibility of great expansion with other departments, particularly Port Authority is planning on establishing a very large footprint in the metropolitan area, and they've talked to us about joining them, along with Jersey City, Newark, Bayonne, Hoboken, and all of the Port Authority's facilities to be on the same database and share all our information.
Now tell us about the facial recognition technology.
Okay, facial recognition technology, it works off of a technology that we have already called PictureLink. We established PictureLink in our city about 8 years ago. It's our, for lack of a better word, our mugshot system. When we arrest somebody, we take their picture, we take their fingerprints, and that's stored in our database. The facial recognition technology works in that we can take a picture of somebody remotely out in the street with a cell phone, and you can send it to our website, a secure website, and it works off of templates, sort of facial features, size of your head, how your eyebrows are, and it starts comparing. And it finds, if you've been arrested in the city of Elizabeth, we're getting your picture.
Only the city of Elizabeth? Or?
We can expand it at some point in time with PictureLink, going to the Department of Corrections, either the county or the state, but we have to make an agreement with them. Right now, we're just going to be using our own database.
Okay.
But in addition to the pictures, Mayor, it's also fingerprints. We bought 2 mobile fingerprint units that we can put out in the street with narcotics or with the new crime community investigations unit. And if we're talking to somebody, it's not even taking their fingerprints. They're scanners that read the fingerprints and will know exactly who they are.
So if they gave you a false name, you put them. Those fingerprints can then tell you that this is, Joe Bag of Donuts who committed a crime somewhere else, and then very quickly.
If he's in our system, we'll know it immediately, just like the pictures. And along the same line here, with the technology, with the cell phones, everybody in the street has a cell phone. If our citizens see something, take a picture, get it to us, and we might be able to take that picture.
Even from someone else's technology, you could do that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they can't get into our database.
No.
They would have to bring us the picture, and we can put it into our database and see if we know this person.
Chief, I want to thank you for taking the time to join us on the show and explaining some of the new technology that we're going after in the Elizabeth Police Department in order to help fight back on crime. Thank you.
Mayor, it's been a pleasure.
Good. For Chief Pat Shannon, I'm Chris Bolwage. Please stay with us for the second half of the show, where we'll be joined by Darren Bryden talking about social media in the city of Elizabeth.